Shall we?
Yeah.
This bill legalizes sawed-off shotguns.
Hello, everyone. Welcome again to Shiftless, the one and only podcast exclusively dedicated to bicycles and nothing else in the world. Welcome to episode 1 + 1 = 1. Welcome, Bradford. How we doing today?
Man, I can't complain. It's been a good Tour de France this year. Have you been watching it all?
I tried to watch the first couple stages and it just did nothing for me. Absolutely zero.
I get it. I know that there are people that I'm not a road rider at all, but I have long loved watching big stage races. I've been watching the Tour for probably 30 years. But it's a good good tour this year, and yesterday was a rest day, so I feel like I'm all caught up, which is pretty awesome.
Okay.
This weather, even right now, today's the 16th of July, and
It's not our traditional 110 degrees, but to be fair, typically when we're at 110 degrees, the humidity's down in the 30% or less range.
that's true.
So,
I'm just scared of what August is going to bring.
hey, it might just be funky weather summer all year or all summer long.
Don't threaten me with a good time. We went on a ride last night, and I was just like, how can this be the 15th of July? We went to East Side. We were sitting outside, and it was, dare I say, enjoyable weather.
I'm thinking the evenings are better than the afternoons. I rode
Yeah.
yesterday afternoon, and now I've been off the bike for a few days, having one of my relapses or spells or whatever you want to call it. But I got back on the bike yesterday. It didn't kill me. My heat acclimation has done the trick, I think. But I knew it was going to be a little bit shorter duration. So I upped the tempo or the heart rate just a touch. And by the end of it, this is hot.
Yeah.
This is hot.
Yeah.
But that was heat of the day, height of humidity.
Yeah.
Before the clouds started kicking in and all that good stuff. And y'all did not go out you didn't do TNSS.
No, they didn't open the trail until 7:30.
Oh, I saw it open at 4
With yellow?
with the yellow. Yeah, and there was the notification about the reroute and all that.
Yeah, I didn't see that until...
I knew it was late in the day to make a call.
I saw it at 8 o'clock and even mentioned to the guys this was just posted 45 minutes ago.
I think there was another update.
Okay.
Then.
Maybe I missed the initial.
The initial one was very sparse on detail and
Yeah.
information. It was talking about some sort of land. And
All the clear cutting or whatever?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I haven't heard the details yet.
I didn't look into it too hard.
It's either a landowner overreaching or maybe it's power line stuff again. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? It wasn't clear to me exactly what spot that was. Obviously, it was along the old paved road area. So
Yeah. They said it was on 2 headed west.
I can never keep track of what loop is where on that
Fair.
trail for whatever reason.
That is fair.
But I may go out there this evening. That may be my ride for today. I may go out to North Shore and give that a spin. What you got going riding wise today? Anything?
I'm probably just going to get a quick hour in. I've got a shop today. I've got a dinner on Saturday. Just trying to get all my ducks in a row.
Got your menu all laid out?
I do.
Excellent.
I do.
All sold out for Saturday night, or are there still spots?
Still have 4 spots.
Still have 4 spots.
4 spots.
We'll get this out Thursday morning. If you've been itching for a fam meal.
I'm going to prep for Full House.
Okay.
Speaking of fam, I got my first booking via Shiftless from one of our Shiftless listeners.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had a gentleman, I won't name him on the air, but reach out to me and go, hey, I'm a listener of Shiftless, and we're thinking about doing this thing, and would you be interested? And I'm like, yeah, of course. And so I'm going to do a remote menu for them.
Very nice.
Yeah, pretty stoked.
Where local-ish or?
Lake Kiowa. So
Okay.
40
Yeah.
45 minutes from here.
Oh man, we can stage a ride from there. I got some great routes to go right around there. There's some great riding there, just to let you know. I don't know if you've ridden that stuff or not.
I have not. I have not. I did see, who was it? Who's our Fast on Flats guy?
Justin.
I'm sorry, I lost his name. Justin Carey. I did see, like, not even a week or two ago, he did a loop around Lake Kiowa, where he rode around the lake.
Okay.
Anyways, that's all I have going on. I've just been trying to, for some reason, my timeline was all messed up. I was thinking, up until the end of last night almost, I was thinking that we were leaving next Friday. And so I've been trying to frantically pack and check off all my lists and
For your hut to hut.
for hut to hut, yeah. And then I got my bike all sorted, and I'm super happy with my pack out. And then I've probably watched 3 or 4 hours of videos on hut to hut of people doing it and just taking notes of what their pack looked like and what the terrain looked like. And then we always talk about you pack for your fears. I have a gear bag in there that is packed with all my like emergency stuff, like spare cleats and lube, and I've got an extra internal brake cable. I'm trying to think.
Internal brake cable. You mean just the cable itself? Is
Yeah.
that what, okay.
Yeah. Spare chain links, valve cores, valve extenders,
All the odds and ends.
all the odds and ends, just to make sure that, because it's super remote. If you screw something up, you're dead in the water. Oh, I've got an extra battery for my derailleur, and then a charger for battery bank.
The huts have electricity, right?
They do not.
Oh,
They do
okay.
not. So I'm carrying a battery bank. I've got I think it's a 16,500, however you say it, MAH or whatever.
Milliamp hour or whatever
Yeah.
it is, something like that.
And then appropriate cables for my phone. But for the most part, there's a lot of empty space on that bike for carrying snacks, but from hut to hut. And then that tail bag is all my clothes. And there's a lot of clothes in there, believe it or not.
You don't know what you're going to get into.
Not in Colorado, you don't.
So is the bottle cage, the underslung bottle cage, is that your toolkit that you're talking about there, or what is that?
No, I thought about putting it in there, but right now that's just a placeholder. I'm thinking I was going to put some,
There's something in there, isn't there?
yeah, I typically run around with tailwind in there.
Gotcha.
But I don't know if I'm going to carry it or not. They have scratch at all the cabins.
Okay.
I'll probably just end up using that. But
So Colorado of them.
yeah. But tailwind's from Colorado too.
Is it? I'm not a tailwind expert.
And then I'm going to have a hydration bladder, carry a Useway, 3 liters, and then I'll have 2 bottles as well.
All right. And so you plunk down for the carbon version of the barb. So and that's sitting on the table. I assume that's going to get swapped out between now and then.
It is.
Anything else that you're needing, or is the bike done at this point?
Like I said, I thought we were leaving next week. I don't know why. But now that I found out we're not leaving until the week after, I contacted my bike shop and had them order me two smaller chainring.
Yeah, if you were leaving next week, how would you do chef's kiss?
That's where it all clicked for me last night. That was the catalyst that made me go, oh, no, we're not. And then I turned to Adam and I go, we're not leaving next week. And he goes, yeah, I know. I already knew that, but why did you keep saying? And I go, why didn't you correct me?
Because you're anxious to get there.
I am stoked. I am really stoked. I'm excited to ride that bike over the course.
That's a good looking bike.
It looks happy like that. And it's surprisingly light for how it looks. So that little front roll area, all I have in there is sleeping bag liner, pillow, and camp shoes.
Okay.
And then the pocket on the front is virtually empty. I have some emergency matches in there, my toothbrush, toothpaste, and my titanium spoon. I think that's it.
Spoon or spork?
It's a spoon.
Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be for snacks. And then I forgot what you call it. My coffee is not kicked in yet. The feed bag is empty. That's going to be for food and snacks and stuff. And then my top bag, my Sodaro gas tank, is virtually empty as well.
So plenty of flexibility left for packing.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, that bag, that pronghorn bag, I was not going to run a handlebar bag, but then I got all my clothes packed up, and I still got to have a sleeping bag liner and a pillow and camp shoes. So I was like, I might as well put those in the front, and that way I have some versatility in case I decide I need more clothes or more of a sleeping situation.
So all the clothes are in the saddlebag now? Okay, so that is your saddlebag pack
As it sits for right
at
now.
the moment.
Yeah.
Unless,
There's a ton of clothes in there, believe it or not.
okay. Well, walk us through it.
There's a spare pair of hollow socks.
Actually, let's start one other. What are you going to be wearing as you roll? As you start rolling out, what are you already wearing?
It depends on the weather, obviously, but my plan is to wear something similar to what I wear around here. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. It's pretty warm in Durango.
Let's assume it's a nice day when you roll out.
So I'll be wearing bibs underneath, like flexible shorts on top.
Are your overshorts always the same brand and style?
Yeah.
And Howler? Okay.
Howler Brothers. They're hybrid shorts. They're just super flexible, and they dry really quick, and they wick away. And then I'll be wearing a pearl snap long sleeve up top, a cycling cap, a Walls wool cycling cap, and then lightweight hand-up gloves.
I think our dragonflies are working.
I think that's a cicada, right?
Yeah, I think a cicada's worried about the dragonfly. Anybody that listened to our episode a few weeks ago where we were talking about the plastic dragonflies to keep away the bugs?
They are deployed.
They are deployed. And I haven't seen any mosquitoes yet.
Yeah, that's true.
But, okay, sorry. Shiny.
And then I'll have a set of alpaca socks on as well.
Hollow still or?
Hollow, yeah.
Okay.
And then that should be all I'm wearing. I may incorporate a base layer if it's going to be chilly, or maybe a vest that I can pitch, take off, shed pretty easy. I'll have my Usway 3-liter hydration bladder, and I may have some stuff in that bag as well.
Yeah, I apologize. So what's the first day like? How many miles are you doing that day? And are y'all rolling out at dawn, or what does that look like?
The first day is ridiculous. We're leaving at 7 a.m. All of these, you got to let all this sink in real quick, because it's going to sound silly at first, but I think the first day is only like 19 miles, but it's 5,400 feet of elevation gain, something like along those lines.
Okay.
So I anticipate a lot of hike-a-bike, and I think it's going to be a long day, first day.
Understood. Good warm-up.
Yeah, the 6th day is also a beast of a day, but we're going to, I think at one point we break 12,000 feet. Not
on day one?
Not on day one.
Okay.
I can't remember all the specific breakdowns.
Where are you starting from elevation-wise, do you know? Never mind.
I don't know.
All good.
We're starting from essentially the Purgatory Resort just north of Durango. So maybe 6,000-ish?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know what the elevation of Durango is, honestly.
Durango proper's
Only at a
low.
computer.
Yeah, only if you had a computer. Okay. All right. So now we know what you're rolling out with, and what shoes will you be wearing?
So that's interesting. This is something I just started contemplating in the past couple of days. I've been running the Pearl Izumi Pro Performance, I think is what they're called, which is a racier style adventure shoe, almost like a gravel shoe.
Okay.
They're lugged, but they still have a really stiff sole. There's no place for cleats, like toe cleats. And I kept thinking, man, these probably aren't the best hike-a-bike shoes. So I busted out my older Izumi X Pro Elevate, I think is what they're called.
Something like that.
It's a more hike-a-bike style shoe, very flexible sole. And I ran those last night as a test run just to see if they were, still in working order. 6512 is the elevation of Durango. I was not far off. And then I ran them last night, and my initial thought was, God, these things are too flexy almost. It feels like I'm wearing my house shoes with a SPD cleat attached to them. But it seemed fine. I put in a lot of pretty good efforts in climbing and standing and everything. I was worried more about hotspots just because I haven't been using them, but I'm going to use them exclusively up until the time we leave town. And I'm obviously going to try to spend as much time on this bike as I can before
Sure.
we leave town as well.
Sure.
I do want a shoe that I can walk in better than glass slippers.
Makes sense. All right. So we got your rolling out of town kit roughly figured. So what's going to be in the bag for the other clothing?
Right now, as it sits from, let's just start top to bottom. And I do have one more item that I am going to throw in there. But a spare pair of socks, a pair of knee warmers, a smart wool base layer bottom, like long handle underwear, but
Okay.
smart wool.
Okay.
One smart wool top base layer, long sleeve, and then one smart wool lounging top, thinner with a hood, long sleeve as well. A Patagonia vest, puffy, micro puffy, whatever you call it, nano, and then a pullover puffy. I think that's it. Oh, and a pair of shorts, like a spare pair of Howler Brothers shorts, and a pair of underwear.
Okay.
And then I am going to put a beanie in there.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And then on my half frame, I have on this side, I have a Stan's 4-ounce bottle. Then I have a rain jacket and then a warmer pair of gloves. And then there's still room in there. My headlamp still has to go in there.
Okay. What rain jacket do you use?
This is a Black Diamond, super lightweight. I figure at the worst, I will layer if it's cold and raining.
Cold and wet.
Yeah.
Layer with that on top.
Yeah. I'm going to pack a bag with a lot more clothes than I need. And then the day before, I'm going to make appropriate changes if I need more clothes or less clothes. But as it sits right now, if the weather stays the way I think it's going to stay, this is going to be roughly my pack out.
And I apologize. Walk me through the logistics. So that bag of extra stuff, where is that, or how do you get back to that, or what do you? So you're gonna leave that behind.
Yeah.
As you pedal. So how do the logistics work of?
I'm just saying, because we're driving up there and we're going to get there a couple of days in advance, I'm just going to bring more clothes than.
And they're going to stay in the car.
Yeah. It'll be last minute.
Where y'all leaving the car?
Purgatory.
Okay, but
Yeah.
Is it a hut-to-hut parking area, or is it?
The lodge that we're staying at, they make accommodations for people doing hut to park their vehicle
Perfect.
there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then it's a hired shuttle that takes you back there?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a shuttle to get us to the beginning and then a shuttle to get us. I think at one point, I have to admit ignorance. I've stayed out of the logistics of
Sure.
it just because
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, I didn't want to muddle it up. I didn't want to be the guy that booked a shuttle for the wrong day or something. So I was just like, tell me where to send my money.
Exactly. So the shuttle is separate from the hut-to-hut.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
have
that's
to-
not included in your hut-to-hut
No.
pricing.
No. And that's one thing for people considering the hut to hut. It's the initial buy-in is not the cheapest, but it's also
not
pretty
ridiculous.
fair.
It's not
Yeah.
ridiculous.
It's pretty fair for what you're getting, and also knowing that you've got a place to sleep each night. But then comes all the tack-ons and add-ons and stuff. Obviously, you have to have lodging, or you could go up there and dirt bag it, I'm sure. And then you've got to have transportation from wherever you're staying or wherever you're leaving your car to the beginning of the trail system. And then you have to have transportation from the end back to the beginning when you finish, from Moab all the way back to Durango. So it got to be more expensive than I planned on, but I'm all paid up and current, and I'm committed, and I can't freaking wait. The overwhelming thing when I watched all the videos was just how flipping gorgeous every viewpoint is. It's just, I told Paula the other night, we were watching a bunch of videos, and I go, I might cry. It's just so gorgeous. Just so gorgeous.
And it's y'all are there like the perfect week of the
Yeah.
year too.
It's going to be amazing. Going to be amazing. I can't flip and wait. And we got a good group. Should be a lot of fun.
Not trying to put a damper on things, but I know Grand Canyon, Gunnison area having fire issues. Anything like that in your area?
I really don't know. I hadn't been tracking all that stuff. I'm blissfully ignorant as usual.
Understood.
I guess we'll just keep an eye on it.
Understood. What? So I guess there was a fire issue for Tour Divide this year too, right? That was the
Yeah.
reroute was for fire
Yeah.
as well. Okay. It's always going to be part of the mix somewhere along the way. Right. But there's like a whole mountain range between Gunnison
Yeah.
and what you're doing. So it's going to be completely different weather patterns.
Yeah.
I'm not, like I said, I wasn't trying to, here's a negative to think about, stuff to be aware of. And I didn't know if you were aware one way or another on it.
Yeah, I noticed our friend Chris, she was planning on taking Drew to the Grand Canyon, and the lodge that they were going to stay at burnt down.
Yeah. And so that was going to be my highlight for the Tuba Trail scouting that I was hoping to do this end of August.
Yeah.
Was to hit the north rim of the Grand Canyon and hopefully stay at the lodge if I could.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that whole trip is now the whole focus was gonna be north rim of the Grand Canyon stuff. So I don't know.
Interestingly enough, I've never seen the Grand Canyon in person.
Probably one of the most disappointing experiences of my life, to be honest with
I
you.
was wondering where you were going to take that.
It was.
It's like a big ditch.
It's hard to explain.
I'm kidding, obviously.
So when we first got there, the first impact of the Grand is absolutely amazing. But we were there with dog and kids, and we weren't going down in the canyon. It was just the south rim stuff. And we came in from the east end, which most people come up from the south. That's like the main. We came in a side end, doing the classic Kevin shit.
Cutting in line.
No, following a different path than most.
Yeah.
So we came in from the east end, and it was very remote. And we get to this east end welcome center or entrance area, and there's like a few, maybe a dozen people there, a few cars. And that's our first view of the Grand Canyon. This is astounding. This is really cool. And it's like, all right, let's go into the heart of the park and go to the main area and stuff. And then it's like the worst Buc-ee's combined with Disney World and Walmart all in one. There's so many people in the tour buses and just all the touristy shit, and massively overcrowded.
Yeah.
And
it's not my jam.
No, not at all. And the scenery doesn't change.
Yeah.
And that was the big thing. We can go to this parking area and check out the Grand Canyon. All right, it's the Grand Canyon again.
Yeah.
And so it was really the first impression from that perspective. The rest of it was like, yeah, that's not so great. But then I got dialed in on the info. No, what you do is you spend time on the North Rim and you camp there, and you go down into the canyon and stuff like that. You explore the area around it, which wasn't the right thing for a day trip and three kids and a dog thing.
I'll go there eventually.
It's worth going.
Hopefully.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to going back with the right approach for me. And this summer, what I had in mind was going to be the right approach for me, sort of thing. Explore the national forest stuff and go down the double track and take the bike around on the trails and stuff like that.
You could always come meet us en route on the Colorado Trail.
No, because that's Midnight Mash Week.
Oh, yeah, you couldn't then.
I wouldn't be able to do that.
You can't be in two places at the same time.
I try all the time,
Yeah.
and I have yet to succeed in that endeavor as much as I try to pull it off. And obviously, Caleb can't be in two places at one time either.
He just sent a text and said, "Sorry, fellas, I thought I could show up late, but I finally have someone to replace my hot water heater." And I texted him back and I said, "It's just a water heater." If the water was hot, you wouldn't have to heat it, buddy.
His plumber's in Colorado.
Oh, miss that guy still.
Yeah. He's in a better place, though.
Yeah, he's in a higher place. I don't know. I really, other than the tour and my own cycling adventures, I haven't really been paying much attention to anything wise or anything like that. Kevin, that's Kevin. That's Kevin. Kevin's doing that.
And I'm back. All right. Interestingly enough, let
God, this breeze.
me just give you this before I
Yeah.
forget.
Heck yeah.
There's the XPED sleeping pad. So that's the lighter one of the two. And I've slept on that one night.
Okay.
And for my side sleeping fat ass and my old man hips and knees, that one didn't work for me.
Oh, is this the inflate?
That is the Schnozzle inflate bag, which is absolutely amazing. It's also a stuff sack dry bag if you need it to be.
You could use this as an impromptu pillow.
I bet you could.
Yeah.
I bet you could. Sure.
I was thinking about getting one of those battery-powered rechargeable inflators.
I have a few of those.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
I like
going that
for
route.
bike packing. I like the Schnozzle bags better. I'm a very big fan of that bag, actually.
I'm interested to try it out. I just don't know. It's all about effort, essentially. And at the end of the day, when I'm setting up and everything, do I really want to go through the trouble of doing this versus just going?
I get that, particularly with this bag. Now, you could definitely turn that into a pillow. That one actually seals better than the Thermarest one I have.
Yeah.
The trick to it is,
Jeez. That's expansive.
yeah, that's high volume. Let me just show you real quick. Hand it here for a second.
No, I get it. I know how it works. You don't have to mansplain it to me.
I'm going to mansplain a little bit because I've even seen everybody that does these things for their gear reviews that are supposedly all the bike packing specialists or backpacking specialists in the world. They're like doing this, trying to fill up. No, you don't do that. You just do a like that and just a little breath.
Yeah.
And it traps enough air in there that it's going to.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying is it's extremely low effort.
Yeah.
And what I've found is
it's literally called a schnozzle.
it is
bag.
called a Schnozzle bag because it's got a trunk.
Yeah.
Like an elephant trunk on it.
Yeah.
Which is very handy.
Yeah.
A bumblebee heard that the bumblebee said hello.
It spooked me. It scared me. And
I'm pretty sure the dragonflies attracted the bumblebee there.
Does it come in teal?
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm kidding.
I understand. As far as the inflation bags go, my experience has been just when after you've set up your tent or whatever, and you're just sitting down, taking a break, you just chatting with people, you just sit there and casually do it. And it's less than 5 minutes and almost zero effort.
Yeah.
The battery pumps, yes, it's full in 30 seconds. It's it is noisy as hell.
And it's a point of failure.
Yeah. Now, obviously you can always just take the battery pump and the Schnozzle bag, because the Schnozzle bag's maybe 3 ounces, if that.
Yeah, it's super light and gets tiny. I'm stoked to try that out.
Try that out. That one's only 72 inches though.
That's fine. I want to. In fact, I want one that's 72 inches to try it. See if how big of an inconvenience it is, if at all.
Now, the other one I have is the Thermarest Topo Luxe, which I have never slept on, because basically, if I remember right, the way it happened, I bought the Thermarest, but
sorry, that was me
on the pro deal through Thermarest, so that was a good deal on it. But then XPED sent me that one. So I was going to try out the Thermarest, which is a super thick one. But then XPED sent me that one. And if they're going to give me one, that's going to get the first crack at it.
Yeah.
And so the Thermarest just got put to the wayside. I'd forgotten about it.
What's the specs on the Thermarest?
Is
it heavier?
It's a few ounces heavier. It is thicker. It is longer.
Keep going.
Yeah. It's definitely, it is heavier and it takes up more space.
Yeah.
So I think this is more what you're looking for to begin with there. But for my old man self, I think I might be able to use that Thermarest and actually go bike packing again.
There you go.
So I'm like really, I've got the bug. And so I'm trying to put all the pieces together to try it out and see if that really does work, because
you should.
That's been my knees and hips don't let me sleep on the ground. Is basically what the deal is right now. So I've had to use the Exped Mega Mats when I'm ground camping, which those work great, but you can't go bike packing with those.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this Topolux does the trick.
You can go bike glamping with them.
Yes. Oh yeah. So that's like if I set up my camp and hub from there, I'll take my Exped Mega Mat every time.
Yeah.
It's like sleeping on a hotel. It's better than most hotel beds I've slept on. But if I'm going point to point and I have to carry my bed with me on the bicycle, I gotta find a different alternative. And hammocks just don't appeal to me in any stretch. But if it's the only way I could pull it off, I'll explore it.
That's a sad state of affairs.
No, it's not. Different strokes for different folks.
I think hammock is the way for me.
Again, difference. I'm not knocking those that like the hammock by any stretch. It's never appealed to me. Just much when I'm car camping, rooftop tents do not appeal to me in the very least.
No.
And there's a lot of similar, but
I don't even get the whole roof camping thing.
yeah.
But I also am fairly ignorant to any of it. It just seems bulky and heavy and gobble up your fuel mileage. And plus, that's the last thing I want to do is go up and down a ladder in the middle of the night to use the restroom.
But it looks cool on top of the Subaru.
It does make a statement.
It's what you touched on. As often as I have to get up in the middle of the night to pee anymore, and that's also that's a strike against the hammock too.
No, it's not.
For me, it is.
No.
I'm a clumsy son of a bitch.
Yeah, all you have to do is roll over to your side and just pee. You don't even have to get out of bed.
I don't have that much slack.
That's a true statement, though. All you have to do is roll over to the side and pee.
And I would roll right out into my puddle. As graceful as I am, I'm almost certain of it. But that's it. And maybe I'm spoiled by the tents I lean towards as well. They're so simple to put up and everything like that. But
yeah,
different strokes.
Speaking of, I can't wait to sleep in this tent. I've spent more time with it now and have gotten to appreciate it even more.
Man, for those that haven't listened to prior episodes, Brad did get his new tent finally. We talked about it in episode 110 a good bit. And again, this is the Durston X-Dome
1 Plus.
1 Plus.
Yeah.
And
dope ass tent.
I gotta admit, after we looked at it, I got the Durston bug. And then when I found that Thermarest mattress, and it's set up in my tent right now in my office.
Okay.
And I tried the laying on it for as long as I could yesterday and make sure I'm going to have to sleep in it.
Yeah.
But I got to sleep outdoors in it. I can't just sleep in the house in it, sort of thing. So I got to figure out a trip to do that. But anyway, so maybe I do need that Durston tent. Was pretty nice. I liked what I saw a lot, and I really started going down that wormhole or rabbit trail, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And really started digging into it and put it in I knew it wasn't going to be available.
Yeah.
But I'm not knocking the tent. There was one shortcoming, and we touched on it last week when I asked about it, and this is a personal preference thing. And there was a shortcoming that I recognized for my personal preferences on it. And as I dug around on the Durston side, I said, you know what? The 2-person one covers my shortcoming.
Yeah.
It's like
that's the sentiment of a lot of people is just get the 2-person.
This close, I actually almost did buy it because it's available right now. It is available.
Yeah.
And then I started at that got up to $600 really quick.
But what's the weight difference? That's what my consideration is.
And that's where,
especially if you're talking about a true bike package.
It's a half a pound, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. And
my ground sheet's on the way, by the way.
Good.
So
did you get the proper one?
Yeah.
Thank you.
They came in stock and it was like $45. So
I almost ordered it for you because I saw it was available.
Yeah. I sent them an email and they said, we don't really have a wait list or anything. She goes, but I will put a note and notify you when it becomes available. And true to her word, I think it was a her. Forgive me if it was.
It's just Dan and his wife.
Yeah.
That's what I understand.
So it must have been the wife. And she sent me an email and said, "Hey, just to let you know they're available. Go ahead and grab one while you can." And so I did.
Good.
So
Good.
I didn't really want to muck around with a bunch of hobbled together shit, especially since I'm
Did
new to the tent game. I'd like to have the proper equipment
yeah.
and then go, "Oh, I could do this better this way,"
Did
or
you
whatever.
have you of all the X or the Durston did you watch what's his name, Tristan Stewart or something like that? He's a guy that's been bike packing around the world. He's got 75,000 miles of bike packing over the past few years.
I don't know that I have. If you can find it, send it to me.
I understood.
Yeah.
That's so he did a breakdown of his X Dome,
Okay, very cool.
and he has his set up with the ground cloth and the tent and the rainfly all, and it just boop, all goes
Yeah.
up in one.
And that's my plan, because I've seen, and that's one of the things, like now that I've watched a bunch more videos on the tent, there are a couple of mods that I want to do, including, and I don't know why I didn't think about this, but putting a line on the inside, because there's 2 loops on the inside of the tent. I want to run a guy line, not a guy line, but a clothesline in there, so you can hang clothes at
Okay,
night.
that makes sense.
Because I was thinking about how am I going to hang clothes at night? And then, like I said, I'm completely new to this tent game. And then I watched that and I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense. And then I've seen a couple of people where they have the tabs that go through the poles connected on all corners. And I figured with the ground sheet, you could do the same thing. And that way, when you go to deploy it, they're all connected. You don't have to reach under and grab your tent after you've staked out your rainfly. So I was like, that seems like a pretty cool mod. So I'm probably going to end up doing that as well.
Oh dear.
What?
Oh dear. I'm in trouble. My wife's going to leave me. Just got
Did you eat the last of the Oreos?
no, I just got an email. Revel Titanium is back. I need a titanium gravel bike in the worst way.
Speaking of, thought this was interesting. I'm going to pull this up. Not Revel.
Okay.
I do have a Revel tab open, though. I noticed yesterday the brand is no longer going to be located in Austin. Did you see that?
No. Where are they moving to?
I'm pulling it up just so I
Don't get it wrong.
don't get it wrong. It's at the very bottom of their page.
We're talking about Chumba Cycles.
Yeah. Big news. This was announced on July 7th.
Okay.
Big news. Chumba is moving. Chumba is moving. In 2014, we launched with a dream to create handmade bikes and began our journey with 2 steel production bikes, the Stella XC and a Wild 29 Plus. Thanks to our loyal customers, we now provide an 11 bike lineup across a wide range of styles with countless customization options for geometry, materials, and finishes. For 11 years, we made Austin our home and have been fortunate to grow with and connect to Central Texas. Texas' vibrant cycling community. Austin's passionate riders and rugged trails have been our sounding boards and proving grounds. Luckily, Chumba team riders Ariel Marlowe, Hannah Simon, Jared Foster, Eric House will keep us connected to Central Texas, and we'll be back to visit and ride. While it's bittersweet to say goodbye to ATX, sometimes life opens doors that take you back home. In mid-July, Mark, Mora, and Austin will move back to Kansas City, where we will fabricate our titanium frames in our new shop just up the street from our friends at Cycle City. Vince and Michelle have just moved back to Richmond, which I assume is Virginia.
I assume, but I don't know that.
Call out the state, where we are excited to build our steel bikes at the Richmond Bicycle Factory alongside Stephen Wood and Wilson Hale. Thank you for loving our handmade bikes and for your support. We are really excited to share this next chapter with you.
Interesting.
I thought that was the first words out of my mouth. Had no clue, didn't see that coming or anything. But this picture, look at that head tube.
Oh my God.
Yellow rose.
Yes. Oh shit.
How
That's
sexy is
drool.
that? Yeah.
Holy hell. What is that?
I'm assuming it's anodized. I can't tell.
Ah,
It's pretty damn sexy though, huh?
it's sexy as hell. Absolutely sexy as hell.
So I thought that was interesting to say the least, but from a brand that has been touted as Texan. Now they're going to not only leave Texas, but then they're going to bifurcate themselves between two completely different areas.
Yeah.
Kansas City riding and Virginia riding are two different things. Kansas City hosts a single speed event every year, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
I'm sure Chumba will fit right into that. But I don't know much about the Virginia area. I'm sure there's great riding there.
There's fantastic riding there. That's actually, it's a pretty vibrant, unpaved cycling
Yeah.
region.
Vermont's where I want to go. That's where my heart's calling.
Okay.
It's been on my bucket list for 10 years, at least.
There's only so many open days for traveling adventures.
I know. My wife has been extremely graceful with me in my riding schedule and everything else. But I also have been doing a lot of stuff around the house, fixing and repairing and painting. But I think after Race Across Texas, I'm probably going to take a short hiatus. Just
Of traveling.
yeah, it's going to be a lot once that all kind of wraps
Understood.
up between hut to hut, which I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but I have another friend that is going to happen to be in the Moab area when we finish hut to hut. And he offered to stay and ride with me a couple of days and then drive me back to this area. So I may take him up on that. And my wife signed off on that too. Because I've never been to Moab. And I'm
Sure.
like, while we're there, let's get a couple of days in.
So, roughly speaking, if you do that, what date are you getting back? Because I'm just now realizing that we're not going to be able to record.
Yeah, that's true. When I have my return date on Wednesday, the 13th.
Wednesday the 13th, and you're leaving when?
Friday, August 1st.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically 2 weeks I'll be gone.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
And then I have a dinner on the 23rd and a dinner on the 30th.
So we could potentially record on Thursday the 14th or something like that.
Absolutely.
Record that day, really get, while it's fresh,
Yeah.
get your thoughts on your grand adventure and all that.
Yeah.
So let me make sure I'm...
And then that following Wednesday is when I have my offsite at Lake Kiowa.
Okay.
I'm stoked about that. These guys are
How many people is that for? Or are you able to say?
13.
Okay.
These people are beef and whiskey boys.
All right.
I'm like, I know my way around that area.
All right. I'm sorry. You said you're leaving the 1st? All right. So that would... And if we record on the 14th, that's just one episode that we're
Missing.
not
Yeah.
able to. Just making sure.
We can do a double episode on 14th.
Or I can fly solo.
My wife will be out of town. When I get back, my wife will be gone. Okay. So I'll be batching it.
When does she get back?
Probably be a stinky boy. I think she gets back on either Sunday or Monday, the 18th. So,
We'll figure it out.
yeah.
What else is in the works? What else is new and exciting? Any other bike news? That Chumba news is pretty big. So
That was pretty wild. Breg had sent to our group, I guess Vince did the hut to hut back in either 2023, and it was their write up about it, and he sent it to our group. So I just thought it was interesting, and then I happened to be looking on their site, and that was the top blog entry, obviously, because it's the most recent. And I was like, holy crap. And so I sent that back to the group, and I was like, did y'all see this? And they're like, no. But they had heard rumblings about it. So
I guess that's the most surprising aspect of it to me is that they just sprung it
yeah.
like that.
Oh, yeah, by the way, we gone.
When is this? Did it say when it's supposed to take effect? Like they said mid-July.
Hold up. Stand by.
Stand by.
It says in mid-July, we'll move back to Kansas City. Vince and Michelle have just moved back, so to Richmond.
Okay, so this
So
is
it sounds-
basically after it's already done, they're announcing.
Yeah, I think they're
Usually there's a, hey, by the way, we'll be doing this in 60 days, 90 days, or 6 months down the road or something like that.
Like I said, I was like, wait, what?
And they Yeah, I'm not. Con- I'm not going to go into. I'm not surprised by it, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe in a way I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner.
Yeah, I'm sure that the tumultuousness of the bike industry probably plays into it. And they're returning to their previous homes, which there may be a lot of family items involved in that.
Oh, yeah.
But also, like, how did they get to Austin if they're from Kansas City and Richmond, Virginia? Obviously by plane or train or automobile, but just how did they end up in Austin? I don't know those things.
Understood. There's a high likelihood school was involved one way or another, but that's just a guess.
That's fair too.
That's just
So-
a guess. I don't know. And
Back to Revel.
best of luck to them, that's for sure.
Back to Revel.
Yeah.
It's awesome that they are not only back up and running, but seem to have good momentum, at least on the surface.
They've got good products.
Yeah, they do.
They've got good products, but we're I'm so torn, and Durston falls into this as well, and that's going to be the. So my understanding, and maybe I'm wrong. My understanding is Revel is now going more direct oriented in their marketing. Not that they already weren't, but they were doing the hybrid model where we
Sure.
sell direct, but we also have dealers. Somewhere along the way, I got put under the impression they're focusing on the direct side of things. And I get it. It's a requirement of business these days.
That seems like the business model going forward.
But my flag is still planted in that most people, particularly newer riders, but most people are better off working with a bike shop to get a bike
Yeah.
and get everything dialed in. And
I agree.
but it's also when there's good product that's direct only. My Brompton was direct.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I would have loved to have visited a dealer and tried out the different sizes and bought. I would have paid an extra couple $100 for that or whatever.
If you were in London, you could have done that and had some tea and biscuits.
There
know?
was that. So, I get it.
But you really can't argue with this pricing. I think that's one of the things that is a big component to doing direct to consumer. Revel right now, and I'm not trying to tempt you, but have you looked at their pricing
Not lately.
for a titanium?
Oh, do they have the pricing on the new bikes already?
Listen to this.
Oh shit.
Titanium gravel bike
The R Plus, right?
with SRAM Rival Access Explorer, brakes, SRAM Rival Access Hydros, Industry 9 wheels, carbon seat post, their own carbon seat post, comes with Maxxis Ramblers on it. $44.99. That is, dare I say, dirt cheap for a fully built.
Episode 111 brought to you by Revel Titanium.
How good of a price is that? That's crazy. And it says it'll ship October 1st.
Damn
That
it.
is-
Oh, I'm going to get to. That would be in time for the rat.
Yeah, that's like bewilderingly cheap, especially considering a frame and fork is $2,800. That's
I would probably lean towards the frame fork.
Yeah.
That's Industry 9 wheels, man.
now, to be fair, they are the one whatever, however they say it, the 1/1 hubs, and it's alloy rims, not carbon. But
I'll be honest with you, I would be fine with an alloy seat post, quite frankly, and
Yeah.
alloy bars myself, but that's me.
excuse me,
Excuse you.
so sexy, and all the mounts.
Is this? I just glanced at the email. Oh God, that's a Kevin bike right there.
As Fat Bastard said, that's Dad's taxi.
And that's where I was going with the Durston model as well. And we touched on it before. Here's, again, this is my biggest sticking point with One Up. It's a premium product. I get that. I understand it, but it's still at the same price as if you go to a retailer to get a competitive premium product. Durston is a premium product That's half the price, if not a third of the price of comparable retailer level. You get to ultralight tents with carbon poles,
Yeah.
you're $700 to $1,000 for a tent.
Yeah. I guess it's pretty.
You can get a nice ultralight tent, $500 to $600
Yeah.
at the retailer level from the big names, but it's going to have aluminum poles.
Yeah. Which I don't, once again, my ignorance intense. I don't know what the benefit of aluminum versus carbon are. Cost, but weight seems to be fairly minimal.
No, there's definitely a weight. That's probably where a big chunk of Durston's weight savings is.
But the other thing that I'm wonder about is the durability and the fragility of carbon versus aluminum. It seems like aluminum.
And that, watch the Tristan video.
Yeah.
He goes into that in depth.
Okay, cool. Because at first thought, just at first glance, it makes me wonder, aluminum, if you bend it, you can't really bend it back. And carbon's not going to bend. It's going to deflect. But carbon fails catastrophically. So if something happens and you snap one of those poles, you're effed.
Yeah, but how much does it take to snap one of those poles?
I don't know. I'm not that
What's
guy.
it take to snap a fishing pole?
I've snapped plenty of them.
Have you really?
Yeah.
But it takes a lot, right?
Yeah, I've broken the tips off of many a fly
Well, that's
rod.
tips.
Yeah.
Go to the base of a fishing pole.
Yeah, you're right. Regardless, I'm excited to jack with that tent more and spend time with it. And like I said, make a couple of mods to it. And then I want to sleep in my yard is not really fair. I want to sleep in like a wide open area just so I can get wind blown and see how I need to modify it as far as guy lines go and stuff like that. But I'm pleasantly surprised that it has met all of my expectations, if not exceeded them. Because when I first got turned on to this tent company, I was admittedly late to the game, and to the point where they were sold out by the time I went to order, finally committed to ordering one.
It's the hottest tent in the world right now.
And there's a reason for it from everything I've seen and understood. But I was anticipating being let down, and there has been zero letdown. So I feel kind of justified in all of my salivating when I was initially talking about it.
Everything I've seen, it looks like a fantastic tent. And realistically, like I said, if it had actually been available if the One Plus or whatever it is, if that one had been available when I started nosing around, I probably would have just gone ahead and bought it. Which it was a little premature, but it's the potential scarcity. I almost bought the 2-person. So here, for me, for Kevin, and for Texas riding and Florida riding and Georgia riding and Louisiana riding, here's the downside from my perspective on the One Plus. And maybe I am mistaken in this, because until you actually sleep in it, you don't know what the air circulation is. But with the shortcoming of the design on the One Plus is potential lack of ventilation on a steamy night, because there's no way to detach the rain fly and still have the tent attached to it and maybe fold up the sides or something like that.
I think there is.
I don't think so, because
Not from within the tent.
right.
Yeah.
You can do it separately, but like with an external rain fly, you can fold up the fly itself and increase ventilation. Now, where the 2-person addresses that, obviously
I'm just now looking at the 2-person. So
you've got 2 doors and 2 vestibules, so you've got natural cross ventilate. And I almost went that route. And from a weight standpoint, I would have no problem carrying the extra weight on the 2-person. It looks like from a packability standpoint, though, it still is a bigger package than. So I'm not as much of a weight weenie for my bike packing stuff, but I am a
volumetric.
Volume and packability weenie.
Yeah, I get that.
So I don't think the 2-person. So I'll be honest with you. I sent a message to Dan. So hopefully we can get him on the show for an interview.
That'd be cool.
I would love to talk to him. But I also want to plant some seeds in his head for a true bike packing specific, not Canadian oriented tent.
Okay. Just hip shoot me here. What would change my current tent setup to make it more bike packing friendly, in your opinion?
A heavier floor, get rid of the ground sheet, a more durable floor, and then you don't even have to think about the ground sheet.
Yeah, but you still need a ground sheet to protect your stuff that's at the vestibule. I guess you could carry just a little piece of something.
Or not worry about it. It's a big vestibule.
Yeah. Yeah, but if it's raining, you want your stuff to be set up.
All right. Maybe you find a rock to put it on or something.
That's fair.
I'm just saying from a simplicity standpoint, go with the more durable floor as opposed to needing a ground sheet. If you want to carry an extra pad or something like that, you can optionally carry that pad instead of optionally carrying the ground sheet, whatever.
Yeah.
And then and I've been playing with this idea, either just do the second vestibule like the 2-person, but not a bigger tent outside of the additional. Obviously, that's going to add weight, air. The other option is actually maybe just a Velcro or zippered flap that you can raise on that other side just to increase cross ventilation. And that's the interior, the rainfly on the interior of the poles. That way you would have to do something like that. I got to thinking about it for traditional dome tents, traditional freestanding tents. You could just have pull downs all the way around on those where you can have the rainfly completely deployed, but it's a steamy night. You just pull down and you got cross ventilation. As I do it now with my dome tents, I pull up the rainfly and fasten it like a ponytail at the top.
Yeah.
Like a man bun at the top of the tent sort of thing. But just having pull down sides or something like that, or zippered sides to create ventilation, and the rainfly is still deployed. Again, if you're in the desert, it's not a big deal. If it's hot, you just don't put out the rainfly. But you know how our weather is.
Yeah.
It can get steamy. We're going to hit that dew point, and it's going to be drizzly in the morning or whatever else. So you still need the rainfly.
I think they're sexy ass tents.
It's a it's a fantastic tent, and I'm not knocking it. It's like, Kevin needs his breeze. Kevin needs his fresh air. So for my needs, I can't see spending $400, $500, $600 on a tent that doesn't have cross ventilation of some sort. That's all I'm saying.
It's kind of paramount for Texas.
And because that's the thing. I'm like you. It's like overnight with it now and try out this. I want to try out this sleeping pad and see if it does work.
Yeah, especially since we have pretty decent nights going right now. It's not awful.
I know.
I would have slept outside last night easily.
And that's what with in my tent, I wouldn't have been able to do it in your tent though. I was thinking about, I need just a little bit more ventilation once you get above that 75 degrees at night sort of thing.
Yeah, like tonight it's going to be 75 degrees.
Yeah.
But
what's Sunday night supposed to be?
77.
A little warmer?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I won't be back Sunday night. Never mind. Yeah. I'll still be in Paris Sunday night.
Next week, we're going to start touching Hundies.
Yep, starting this weekend.
Oh, mine doesn't say this weekend.
Maybe it's changed again.
Yeah, mine says 101 next Thursday, a week from tomorrow.
That's a little ways out. There's a potential hurricane in the mix between now and then.
Amazing.
Maybe here.
What else is going on?
We talked about your adventures. We talked about how little interest I have in the Tour de France. I think the Chumba and Rebel News both are pretty big pieces. All right. Oh, have you seen the big stink about women's UCI gravel race stuff?
Where would I have seen this?
I think I've seen it on the gram more than anything, allusions to it. And I don't know all of the details. I got a little bit more. So evidently the UCI gravel qualifier was this past weekend. I don't know all the detail. And I guess the United States one I don't even know where it's held this year. But the female contingent, there's a lot of rumblings from it that UCI didn't properly care for the women's race, basically didn't give them the guaranteed separate field. They started them on their own race sort of thing, but I guess the gaps to the amateurs behind them was too minimal. The non-pro racers caught up with the women's field within 25 kilometers.
They should have ridden faster.
Miles. I'm just saying I don't know all of the details.
I'm just being an asshole.
You're doing a very good job of it. For any women that are listening, that was Brad.
I'm a natural at it.
But the people that weren't competing for the world's qualification evidently...
Yeah, they should have buffered it enough to where there's no interference.
It interfered. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I said, I've only seen general allusions to it. I didn't even realize that race was... I knew it was happening sometime this year. But I guess with the UCI Gravel Worlds, that's a whole messy thing this year. I think they had to reschedule it and relocate it a couple times. I don't know what else is going on with that. I'm sure Lauren could fill us in on all those details if...
God, she's just been out there killing it. Just killing it.
She podiumed SBT, right?
I think so.
I think she got third there. I think.
She's such a baddie.
She's a badass. There's no doubt about it. But I hate to, for whatever reason, competitive cycling, it just is not... just not piquing my interest this year across the board for some reason. I don't know why. It's just not registering for me. But if there's any competitive cycling that does hold my interest, it is women's gravel racing more so than anything else at the moment. But it's still pretty low on my priority list. And I don't know why that is. Nothing against the racing. It's just not a big deal to me personally.
I like to see people doing stuff that's hard.
I do too. Any other new bits or baubles or tech coming out that I'm also out of touch with?
Not that I know of.
I'll be honest with you. I've really been going deep into the tent and sleeping pad research the past week since we talked about your tent last week.
So I ordered my tent and then I attempted to forget about it, honestly.
Understood.
Until it came in, because I didn't want to anticipate it too much and then be let down, like I said. But now that it's here, I've set it up and packed it up, I don't know, 4 or 5 times just to get more familiar with it. And then after I knew the lay of the land a little bit better and knew how to digest the information that I was taking in a little bit better, because there's a difference between someone doing a walkthrough on something that you've never laid hands on or eyes on versus watching it after you've already messed with it a little bit. So I've went back and watched more videos now, and I'm in the middle of watching the video that Kevin sent us from our bikepacking.com guy.
Caleb
sent that.
You said Kevin.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm interested to watch his full review. I'm only about maybe 8 minutes into it, and it's a 25-minute video.
Yep.
And then I want to jack around with it even more. But
So you're shopping today and cooking Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Thursday, Friday,
Yeah.
and
It's always a 3-day production. I used to always prep Friday and Saturday,
Okay.
but maybe a year or so ago, I started doing some prep on Thursday, and it just made things so much more chill. So that's what I've started to do. And then I can still, when I'm prepping Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I can typically still get a ride in on Thursday and Friday, which is a good thing. So
What are you doing tonight?
fixing that light fixture right there.
Okay.
Yeah. That shouldn't take very long. Why? What's going on?
I'm thinking maybe
You want to come camp in the yard?
maybe we pitch tents at Lakeside at North Shore. Get a little bit of a lake effect breeze through the evening.
Yeah.
Get a ride in the evening.
I need to get my ass moving then.
I don't know. Can you do that?
I'd be riding that thing right there.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
That'd be a good shake it, right?
Yeah. That's my only concern is I'll show you when we close up, but just how minimal that front bag is. I don't think it's going anywhere.
You ordered the pitchfork?
I've had that pitchfork.
No, the other one.
Oh, no, I have not yet.
Okay.
I have not yet.
I was trying to remember if you actually ordered that or if you were just debating it still.
I'm 100% in. I can't just keep spending money.
Trust me.
I need people to book dinner spots.
Trust
you
me.
know?
I understand. I understand.
It has to ebb and flow.
And that would be another good reason. So you think about it. You don't have to make the call now. You think about it while you're shopping. I will put the pieces together that if you're up for it, we meet at North Shore, get a $10 campsite on the lakeside, take the bikes out for shakedown rides, record a video, shoot a video of the comparison of the tents of a good enough versus a great tent. And yours would be the great tent, no doubt about it. And then we have a wrap up video shoot tomorrow morning after spending the night in the tents and so forth. You think about it. You're not committed at the moment.
Is Rich going to bring a bottle of scotch again?
God, I hope not. Oh, that's another. We do have a request from Rich as well that he needs a wrench night to put his loft fork on another bike.
Say when, Rich.
And I don't know. But we can cut it short today so you can get to your shopping and ponder things. It's only 15 minutes shorter than usual.
Yeah.
Does that work for you?
Yeah.
So what are we going to do?
Oh, we're going to ride bikes and maybe camp.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
And everyone else should go ride their bikes at least, right?
Hell yes.
This bill legalizes sawed-off short guns.
All right, here